There are some terrible and shocking examples of animal cruelty that temporarily take your breath away. How could someone intentionally injure a breathing, live being? Particularly when it's a tiny, defenseless dog. That is what happened to a small Chihuahua named Chunky in 2015, according to the Daily Mail. Chunky was taken from his devoted family by 4 British adolescents, who tormented him for days. Although hearing his story is difficult, remember that it has a good conclusion. 3 16-year-olds and a 15-year-old admitted to all they had done after snatching Chunky. They alternated between using their fists and feet to beat the puppy. He was administered medications. The poor dog's leg was broken, and his face and eyes were scorched. The lunatic teenagers eventually broke Chunky's neck. They believed they had murdered him. They dumped him at a nearby dump as though he were garbage because they thought he was dead. Chunky was saved by someone, who then adopted him into the care of the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The RSPCA inspector who handled Chunky's case, Carolyn Doe, stated to the Daily Mail, "The entire situation gives me chills. Although the accused were young and admittedly high on drugs, the terrible, brutal, and unjustifiable violence they inflicted on this innocent canine was unconscionable." Even though the young people who carried out these heinous crimes acknowledged using narcotics at the time, that does not justify the extreme torture they subjected him to. The RSPCA claims that it scared and depressed him. The authorities were able to track down Chunky's family and reconnect them as he was recovering. He is still a sweet, loving dog, albeit he is a little leery of strangers as he works on his emotional recovery. The teenagers who carried out this act were adjudged to have committed animal cruelty. Their retribution? For 5 years, they cannot lawfully own animals. A fine was also imposed upon them. In light of what Chunky endured, do you believe the punishment is sufficient? What, in your opinion, ought to be done in situations like this? Please share your ideas and views with us. Additionally, share this story with your friends to raise awareness and encourage them to protect their dogs.